we're going to go into at this point in time, we're going to talk about the equipment. And Mr. Livingston and Nazir are going to go over the equipment that the lifeguards use up at the Mayaro facility. Mr. Livingston?
First, we're going to start from my right here. We're going to start with the basic rescue ring, which is being used when the lifeguards are doing patrol on what we call the IRB or the rescue dinghy. In event of if someone gets in difficulty, you can take this ring and throw it out to the person, and the person can go onto it like this, and the lifeguards will retrieve them and bring them into safety by pulling them onto the rescue craft. This here is one of the most common rescue equipment that a lifeguard use. It's called a rescue can. It is being used when someone gets in difficulty. The lifeguard places it, the strap over his shoulder. He runs out through the surf, swims out to the casualty, instructing them to hold on to it and pulling them to safety. It's called a rescue can. This here is what we call a basic boogie board. It's being used for the everyday bather in event of which we don't advise you attempt to make any sort of rescue with this apparatus. But if you go to a beach and there's no lifeguard, you don't attempt to make a rescue or contact rescue, as you may call it, with the use of this boogie board or surfboard, as you may call it, some people. You can push it to the individual, instructing them to hold on to it, kick their legs, or just hold on to it until more advanced emergency assistance or rescues could come to them. We're going to move over here to my left. This piece of equipment here is called what we call a reel and line. It's being used by the lifeguards. You attach this part around your waist, and the lifeguard swims out with it in a really strong rip current, which this part remains on shore, anchored, and you reel back in the person, which the lifeguard is going to be attached to the line into safety. Here we have what we call a rescue sled. This is attached to the jet ski, which you're going to see later. You go out in the surf, pull alongside the person in difficulty, instructing them to hold on to the rails here. Or sometimes the jet ski is being operated by two lifeguards, a rider and a lifeguard that works rescue from the back. He dives off, retrieves the patient, places him on the board, securing him properly, and they pull him in. It's called a rescue sled. This here is what we use on the jet ski. Is a life jacket along with our helmet that maintains the safety level of the rescuer or the lifeguard that's going to use the equipment. Here we're going to get into a basic rescue equipment that's diving, which is called scuba gear. Alright, for when we have people submerged in the surf, we use our rescue tank with the BCD along with the fins, mask and snorkel to see in the water. This here is one of the more advanced rescue or breathing apparatus. It's called a spear air. It's used faster, whereas when you have a quick response, you grab your fins, you mask up, place this in your mouth, whereas it would take a longer time to place that apparatus, and it's quicker to move with this. You go in, you have approximately 10 to 15 minutes supply of oxygen from this, so you can do a search and retrieve your casualty. It's called scuba spear air. All right, along with the rescue suit here that we use when we're going to do the diving, be it training or a rescue. All right. This here is a spinal board with a mannequin along with the head block and a neck brace. It is being used by the lifeguard service for training purposes. When we have to do emergency care and treatment, we do our practice along with the board for when we have to execute spinal injuries or treat persons for suspected spinal injuries. I'm going to turn you over to Mr. Drysdale, Mr. Nazir, that's going to give you a rundown on some of the